Welcome back to Motorcycle Mentor. Here's something that might shock you. According to motorcycle repair specialists, over 60% of major engine failures are completely preventable. These aren't from accidents or manufacturing defects. They come from everyday riding habits that slowly destroy your engine from the inside out. Today, I'm revealing 5 destructive habits that are quietly killing your motorcycle engine and draining thousands from your wallet. The worst part? Most riders have no idea they're doing anything wrong until it's too late. Stick with me, because even if you've been riding for years, I guarantee at least one of these habits is costing you engine life and performance right now. Let's save your bike and your wallet. First up, skipping warm-up time. We've all been there, the weather's perfect, you're excited to ride, and you just want to fire up the bike and go. But rushing the warm-up is like forcing an athlete to sprint straight out of bed. Something's bound to go wrong. When your engine's been sitting, oil drains down into the sump, leaving critical parts like your cylinder walls and piston rings without proper lubrication. Sure, the oil pump kicks in when you start the engine, but it takes a few moments to get oil circulating everywhere it needs to be. And cold oil? It's thicker, slower, and just doesn't flow well. That early wear might be invisible, but it adds up over time. The fix is simple. Start your bike and let it idle for 30 to 60 seconds. Then, keep the RPMs low until the engine warms up. That small habit alone can add years to your engine's life. Once you're rolling, the next habit to watch out for is riding in the wrong gear, specifically lugging the engine. That's when you're in too high a gear for your speed, forcing your engine to work harder than it should at low RPMs. Some riders think this saves fuel. It doesn't. What it really does is stress your engine, big time. It causes knocking, excess heat, and vibrations you can feel in the bars. That shaking, that's your engine saying, help. Over time, this can lead to worn bearings, damaged piston rings, even bent connecting rods. The fix? Easy. If your engine feels like it's struggling, downshift. Let it spin freely in its power band. It was built to rev, not grunt. And now, an obvious one, but one too many riders still overlook: oil changes. Your oil isn't just for lubrication, it cools the engine, keeps it clean, and protects it from corrosion. But oil breaks down. It picks up metal particles, moisture, and combustion leftovers. Eventually, it stops protecting your engine and starts harming it, especially if you take short rides often. When your engine doesn't stay hot long enough, fuel and moisture stay in the oil. They don't burn off, and that buildup gets nasty. The bottom line? Stick to your manufacturer's oil change schedule, or even go a bit earlier if you ride in harsh conditions or do lots of short trips. And never skip the oil filter. A clogged filter means reduced flow, and that means bad news at high RPMs. Speaking of fluids, let's not forget your cooling system. If your bike's liquid-cooled, this system is just as important as oil, but way more neglected. Coolant doesn't last forever. Over time, it becomes acidic and loses its corrosion protection. Old coolant can damage aluminum parts, your water pump, and more. And topping off with plain water? Bad idea. It dilutes the additives and can cause scale buildup inside your radiator. Plus, if your system wasn't bled properly after a flush, trapped air bubbles can stop coolant from circulating, leading to hot spots and overheating. To avoid that mess, replace your coolant every 2 years, check levels, inspect hoses, and make sure your radiator stays clean. While we're talking temperature, let's hit a big one: redlining a cold engine. This one's especially dangerous for performance bikes. When your engine's cold, tolerances are tighter and oil hasn't fully reached all the moving parts. Revving high at this stage causes major stress on pistons, rings, valves, you name it. And here's the kicker: you won't feel it right away. The damage is silent, until one day, it's not. The solution? Just be patient. Ride easy at first, let everything warm up properly, then open it up. Your engine will thank you. So, there you have it. 5 habits that might seem small, but over time, they can make or break your engine. The good news? Fixing them costs next to nothing. A few minutes of patience, attention, and care can save you a fortune and keep your bike running strong for years. Be honest, which of these habits are you guilty of? Let me know in the comments. And if this helped you out, hit that thumbs up and share it with a fellow rider. At Motorcycle Mentor, we're here to help you ride smarter, longer, and safer. Take care of your machine, ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one.